Mexico tourism hurt by U.S. non-essential travel restrictions. While the Mexican government is allowing travel into the country, restrictions on outbound travel are being applied by the U.S. Mexico could feel the loss of U.S. travelers as COVID-19 restrictions persist. In 2020, the U.S. spent the most on outbound travel with average spend per resident totaling $3,505. Canada was the second highest spending source market with $1,576. Colombia was the third with $1,286. Non-essential travel across the land border between the U.S. and Mexico remains restricted 17 months on from the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and this could have devastating impacts for Mexico's tourism industry. Mexico tourism hurt by U.S. non-essential travel restriction. The latest report reveals that in 2020, the U.S. spent the most on outbound travel with average spend per resident totaling $3,505. Canada was the second highest spending source market with $1,576, followed by Colombia with $1,286. While the Mexican government is allowing travel into the country, restrictions on outbound travel are being applied by the U.S. Since the U.S. is by far the highest spending source market for visitors, significantly ahead of other important source markets such as Argentina, Colombia and the UK, Mexico's tourism industry will feel the restriction of non-essential travel from the U.S. According to a recent survey, travelers are willing to travel long-haul, which Mexico may be able to lean on. The survey found that out of 1,442 respondents globally, 37% said that they are willing to take an international trip to a different continent. In the short term, the Mexican tourism industry may be able to lean on the long-haul holiday market, targeting pandemic savers looking for a bucket list, post-COVID-19 trip. However, the tourism industry may still then struggle to compensate for the loss of the high-spending U.S. traveler. In 2020, 83% of all arrivals to Mexico were from the U.S., showcasing the country's reliance on the U.S. outbound market. Despite the current restrictions, Mexico could experience a surge in visiting friends and relatives (VFR) travel from the U.S. when it is fully permitted, as this is a top motivator for travel between the two countries. Travelers may, however, experience a hike in airfares due to the sudden increased demand. However, the desire to see loved ones after so long will encourage travelers to pay these high prices, benefiting airlines.